This is the Misfit Vegan Podcast, episode 325. I got a question from one of my followers on YouTube. I got a few questions, and so let me address them. Hello, Angel. Thanks so much for replying. I love your channel. You really inspire and motivate me. Thank you. I've been back on fruit for 2 weeks. Fruit only, feeling a lot better, skin looking scary though, but it will pass. Going for a colonic on Thursday. I live in a very small town in South Africa, so I have to drive an hour and a half to get there, but it's worth it. Haven't had a colonic in years. I plan to have 4, maybe every 10 days or so. Good gift to myself. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't think there's anything more powerful than colonics as far as detoxing and getting old stuff out. I know I would not look and feel the way I do without colonics. Would love to see a video on emotional detox. Have you had a spiritual awakening like others claim? Have you tried dry fasting? 24 hours versus is very easy. What do you think about this? 1 day of dry fasting is equivalent to 3 days of water fasting, apparently. I did a 75-day juice fast this time last year, but I agree with you. I won't do it again. Yes, for short periods like you with the tooth pain, but no more extremes. It messes with my head and then I binge. A video on the best way to do Parasite cleanse would be great too. I like to keep it simple though, and I like to think that maybe an all raw or all fruit diet, the body will just sort that out naturally. You're very lucky to be able to get fabulous fruit over there. I get very basic fruit here, but I make the most of it. Gigantic hugs, gorgeous girl. Take care and much love. Thank you so very much. You are very beautiful yourself, so I appreciate that comment from such a beautiful being. And let me just break this down. Okay. Would love to see a video on emotional detox. Have you had spiritual awakening like others claim? Well, that's a great question. I've definitely become a different person since going raw. And over the years, I have become a better person, a better version of myself, and definitely more spiritual and more open and receptive to not only all the good and abundance in the universe, but open and receptive to loving myself, doing uncomfortable things like therapy, like looking in the mirror naked, like looking into my own eyes, and doing things that I was very against in the past. Spiritual awakening, not per se to be honest, but I'm a totally different person, and I have detoxed emotionally because I used to be very, very depressed, very pessimistic, and very negative. And now I'm the complete opposite, and I don't even recognize myself physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. And I have recently come back to God, and so that's something. But, that didn't happen when I went raw. That's happened since my mom and my sister and my grandma and my grandpa passed. So that's that. Next question. That's such a great question, though. I'm going to think about it some more. Have you ever tried dry fasting? 24 hours is very easy. 1 day of dry fasting is equivalent to 3 days of water fasting, apparently. No. I have never tried dry fasting, and I never will, unless for some reason, some crazy reason, I am very, very sick, or even if I'm sick, I think I'll have water, though. I don't believe in dry fasting at all. I don't believe in water fasting. I don't believe in juice fasting either. As you guys know, I just don't believe in these things unless you're sick. And then if you're sick, then you want to go to like a place like True North, or a place like, I guess the place in Costa Rica where not Robert Lockhart, he's the guy who died dry fasting, where, what's the guy's name? Oh no. Lauren Lockman. He has a fasting center there. You got to go to a place. I guess Gerson has centers. I don't know if you fast, but you definitely do the Gerson therapy there. But I would go to a place if I was diagnosed with something or I had a terminal illness. And I wouldn't go to Hippocrates. I've heard the worst things about them, so I wouldn't go to them personally, but I would probably go to I would ask Chef AJ, but she would probably tell me True North, or I'd go to Lauren Lockman's retreat or something like this, but I would never do a dry fast on my own, and I wouldn't do a water fast either. Although I have, because, if I'm sick, if you're sick, you're not hungry, then just drink water or juices and let it pass. But I wouldn't work and do that. I wouldn't do that to lose weight. I would do that. I would lie in bed and recover if I'm really sick. And I would do that, but not just to lose weight or whatever, which is what most people are doing, or just a detox or cleanse. This is so crazy. The body does not respond good to constant fasting, up and down, losing lots of weight fast, and then you're going to gain it all back, and you're going to gain more. Because remember, I went on a 35-day juice cleanse in 2018, and I lost 20 pounds in 1 month. It was 35 days. I lost 20 fucking pounds, and over the next few months, I gained 40 on a raw vegan diet, y'all. Yeah, my body did not like that. So you did a 75-day juice cleanse. Ooh, okay. Yeah, my tooth pain, that definitely helped. When you're having, I have a very special case though. You have to understand, guys, and I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to tell you guys the truth, which is I can only chew on 2 teeth in my whole mouth. I think I said this already, but I needed braces when I was a kid. I had my jaw dislocated when I was a kid. I have a lot of issues with my jaw and my teeth. And so no teeth in my mouth meet on my right side, no teeth at all. And only 2 teeth meet on my left side. And those 2 teeth had really bad cavities when I was a kid. And I got the cavities done, but there was decay there. And I guess the dentist didn't do it right. So just a few weeks ago, I was having some bad pain. And so I got 2 crowns on these 2 teeth that I've been eating on for 38 years. So my dentist says I'm hopping on one leg, which is not ideal at all, obviously. So that's why I did my juice fast. Just so you know, I did a few days on juice because I really wanted to let my teeth heal and rest, because those are the only teeth that I chew on, which are the 2 teeth that I got surgery on, crowns. So that's my story. Okay. You don't need to do a juice cleanse if you have a crown or a cavity or whatever, because you could just chew on the other side. But me, I couldn't do that. And then the last question is, a video on the best way to do a parasite cleanse would be great too. I like to keep it simple though, and I like to think that maybe with an all raw or fruit-based. Yeah. Okay. So parasite cleanse, I did a few in my past, tinctures and powders and things like that. I remember it was really, really disgusting. I remember having black walnut oil or something like that in one of them. Personally, I've never passed any parasites. I've had many, many colonics, 20 colonics in my life. And my colonic therapist told me that if you have a parasite, a colonic is the best way to see it and to get it out. And I'm like, well, I don't know. Because, she sells colonics, so can I trust her? But she's seen many, many parasites come through the tubes. And so she said I would have passed it by now if I had one. I used to think I had one because I was bloated all the time. But it turns out I was bloated because I ate so much dried fruit. I was dehydrated and I was not able to digest the food. I had a stomach ache almost every night. Being raw, you guys. Almost every night for the first 6 or 7 years, I would be so bloated, and I had such I didn't have gas, but I was so stuffed because I just ate so much. And I always heard that you have to stuff in the calories, you have to get in the calories, you don't want to be calorie deficient. I was one of those crazy people. And then I ate lots of dried fruit, and I overate, and I ate to the point of being uncomfortable because I still had a food addiction, but I was just eating fruit and vegetables, nuts and seeds. So I was still losing weight, but I never dealt with my food addiction. And so the first 6 years I was really, really bloated, and I thought it was a parasite. So I kept doing parasite cleanses, but it turns out it was the dried fruit. I was eating so much dried mangoes, dried bananas, dried jackfruit, dates, lots and lots of dates with cacao and almond butter, cacao nibs and almond butter, cashew butter. I was eating lots of dried persimmons. There was a store in New York City that had all these dried fruits, exotic dried fruits too. Dried yellow dragon fruit, tried everything. So that's that. I don't think I've ever had parasites. And the best way to do a parasite cleanse is personally to consume things like ginger, garlic. Parasites hate ginger and garlic, and they hate herbs, fresh herbs, cilantro, parsley, dill. Parasites hate them. And yeah, I agree with you. I think eating a all raw or high raw fruit-based diet will absolutely help, because parasites cannot survive on those things. They like oil, they like animal products, they like, processed foods and things like that. And so if you're eating alkaline food, you're going to flush them out. But I would recommend colonics as your parasite cleanse of choice. I wouldn't take powders. I don't know if they work. They might, but haven't really heard too many people saying they passed parasites taking parasite cleanses or powders. But I have heard people say that they've passed parasites doing colonics. So that's it. Thank you very much. Oh, wow. It's so amazing to have people in South Africa. I really appreciate you. I don't want to say your name in case you want to be anonymous, but thank you very, very much for listening. Thank you for watching me on YouTube. It's one of my dreams to be on YouTube. I never thought that I would have the balls to do it, because I was a very shy person. And I'm a completely different person now. So when you say spiritual awakening, I don't know if I've had that, but I know that I've become a completely different person. In fact, I've become my dream self almost. Yeah. I mean, I'm still working on myself, but I'm confident. I love myself. I've transformed myself physically, and I don't have any more food issues. I don't have to stuff myself to be uncomfortable anymore. I do what I love for a living. I live where I want to live. And yeah, I have amazing fruit here. But remember, I was a raw vegan in New York City for 9 years. We didn't have amazing fruit there. And then I also don't have a car here yet, although I'm looking still. But so sometimes I have to do the same thing, my boo. I have to do the best I can with what I have. So sometimes I can just have nice cream or non-organic grapes, because the places where I live within walking distance or on my bike, they don't sell tropical fruit. So, it's a struggle sometimes, but I don't really think of it as a struggle. I think of it as life, because, I've lived a life of struggle before, and not having the fruit that I really, really, really want, that's not really a burden or a struggle. That's just life, And so I know that when I do have a car, I will be in heaven. I will be in absolute heaven, being able to eat exactly what I want whenever I want, and going to get it. And and life won't be perfect then either, and I've accepted that, and that's a part of being successful, accepting that life will never be perfect ever. Even when you look exactly the way you want to look, and you live exactly where you want to live, and you meet that guy that you have been dreaming about, or that girl, when you have your dream job. I have so many of those things, and my life is still not perfect, and it never will be. But that's okay. And you got to stay grateful. Every single day I write a list of all the things I'm grateful for. It has helped me immensely, because the more grateful we are, the more we get to experience in this lifetime, and the more we get to be grateful for. And so I want to say thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Send me a question or a show topic, jd@Ms.FitVegan.com, and I'll either make a YouTube video or a podcast about it, or I won't if I don't like the question, but I usually like the questions I get. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.